Hi everyone. Welcome back to Retire Coins, where we dive deep into the world of coins and collectibles. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more incredible coin discoveries. Today, we're looking at one of the most valuable pennies ever minted, the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at multiple facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Typically, coins minted in San Francisco have an S mint mark, and those from Denver have a D. However, coins produced in Philadelphia usually have no mint mark at all. This is true for many pennies, but certain unique varieties of the 1968 penny are worth serious money because of some surprising factors. So if all Philadelphia pennies from 1968 have no mint mark, what makes this one so special? For one, its condition is crucial. And for another, small variations in how the coin was struck can add significant value. Now, let's get into why this coin could be valued at up to $1.90 million. First, the condition of the coin matters. To reach those sky-high values, the penny needs to be in exceptional condition, meaning no scratches, dents, or signs of wear. Coins like these are known as mint state, or MS, and are graded on a scale from MS-60 to MS-70. Only a handful of 1968 pennies have been found in near-perfect MS-68 or MS-69 condition, and when they hit auction, collectors are willing to pay a fortune to own one. If you're going through your collection or even your pocket change, here are some things to look out for on a 1968 no-mint mark penny. Look for one that is bright, shiny, and free of wear. Even small imperfections can lower its value. Some pennies from this year may have unique errors due to imperfections in the dies used to strike the coins. If you spot any unusual marks or doubling in the lettering, you may be holding something valuable. To really know if your coin is worth big money, you'll want it professionally graded. An official grade can help determine if it's a high-value MS-68 or MS-69 penny. Believe it or not, the highest recorded sale of a 1968 no-mint mark penny hit $1.9 million at an auction. Why would someone pay that much? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and the intense demand from collectors who want to complete their sets with the finest quality coins. When a coin in such pristine condition hits the market, it creates a bidding frenzy, with collectors vying for the chance to own a true gem of American coinage history. So, do you have a 1968 no-mint mark penny sitting around? Check its condition, and if it looks promising, consider getting it graded. Even if it doesn't hit the $1 million mark, a well-preserved penny can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. We're diving into a true hidden gem in the world of numismatics, a 1980 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Could you be holding on to one of these rare and valuable coins without even knowing it? Let's break down what makes this penny so valuable and why collectors are willing to pay big bucks for it. First things first, let's talk about why the no mint mark is such a big deal for this coin. If you look closely at most pennies from 1980, you'll find either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco minted right under the date. However, some pennies minted in Philadelphia lack this mint mark altogether. While this isn't uncommon for Philadelphia coins, certain error variations and unique characteristics can drive the value up. So what's the secret? For this penny, it's not just the absence of the mint mark, it's all about condition, rarity, and error potential. Only a handful of these coins have been found in pristine condition, which is a huge factor in determining value. A 1980 penny in immaculate condition, graded by a reputable organization like PCGS or NGC at an MS-68 or higher, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But when a rare error combines with that high grade, the value can skyrocket. Now, let's talk about what could push this penny to the $1.3 million mark. Some of these coins have been found with rare double die errors, and when you pair that with the no mint mark and a high grade, the price tag goes through the roof. These double die errors are visible if you look at specific areas, like Liberty or In God We Trust, where you'll see slight duplications. This error is rare and highly sought after, as it adds another level of uniqueness to the penny. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your penny could be worth a fortune? First, you'll need to examine the coin for any signs of doubling and, of course, make sure it's in excellent condition. Check if it has any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, as these can impact its grade and value. Next, send it to a professional grading service if you think it has potential. They'll give it an official grade and help validate its worth. Let's put it into perspective. Not every 1980 no-mint mark penny will be worth millions, but if you have a high-grade coin with a rare error, you might just hit the jackpot. At an auction, even a coin with a less noticeable error and a high grade could fetch thousands, while one in perfect condition and with a prominent error could reach that $1 million mark. So, go ahead, dig through your penny jar, check your coin collections, and keep an eye out for that 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Who knows? You might just be holding on to a piece of history and a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins that could be worth a fortune, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next treasure hunt. Could you believe that this seemingly ordinary 1981 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, could be worth a staggering $1.7 million? Yes, you heard that right. Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover hidden gems and incredible values in your pocket change. Stick around to find out what makes this penny so valuable and whether you might have one hiding in your collection. The Lincoln penny has a rich history, dating back to its first issue in 1909. By 1981, pennies were still largely copper, right before the U.S. Mint transitioned to a zinc composition. Generally, 1981 pennies would have been minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But the kicker? If your 1981 penny lacks a mint mark, it might just be one of the rarest, most valuable coins in recent history. Most pennies from Philadelphia traditionally don't have a mint mark, but what makes this particular no mint mark so valuable isn't just where it was made, it's the coin's condition, rarity, and a high demand among collectors. There's speculation that some of these no mint mark 1981 pennies were struck with exceptional precision, creating a near-flawless coin. Finding one in pristine condition, without scratches, wear, or smudges, is rare, making it the dream find for any collector. Alright, here's how to spot a potential $1 million penny. Look for, under the date, it should just read 1981 without any small letters like D or S. To reach the top-tier value, the coin must appear nearly untouched, with a sharp, well-defined Lincoln profile and lettering. A valuable penny typically has a lustrous, coppery shine, almost as if it were newly minted. Believe it or not, a 1981 no-mint mark penny was auctioned for an astounding $1.7 million due to its flawless condition, rarity, and desirability among high-end collectors. The sheer rarity of a perfectly preserved 1981 penny without a mint mark has driven this coin's value through the roof, shattering previous records. Found a potential treasure in your change jar? Make sure to handle it carefully, use gloves to avoid oils and scratches, and store it in a protective case to maintain its condition. To get an accurate valuation, consider professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. A small fee can be well worth it if you're holding a rare, high-value coin. We're going to dive into one of the most fascinating coins you might have in your collection, a 1982 Lincoln cent that's actually worth, are you ready for this? Up to $1.8 million. That's right, $1.8 million for a penny. Now, what exactly makes this little coin so special? Is it rare metals, a unique minting error, or something else entirely? Let's get into the fascinating details. The 1982 Lincoln cent was part of a major transition period for the U.S. Mint. Up until then, pennies were made primarily of copper. But in 1982, the Mint decided to switch to a zinc core with a thin copper coating to save on rising copper costs. This shift meant there were two different versions of the penny produced in that year, copper and copper-plated zinc. So, in 1982, we saw 7 different varieties of pennies released, with various combinations of dates, mint marks, and compositions. But one in particular, a copper penny without a mint mark, has become incredibly valuable. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most pennies from the Philadelphia Mint don't have a mint mark, so you might be wondering why this one is so special. Well, it all comes down to weight. In 1982, the copper pennies weighed 3.11 grams, while the new copper-plated zinc pennies weighed only 2.5 grams. If you find a 1982 penny without a mint mark that weighs 3.11 grams, that's a huge deal. Only a few of these copper pennies from Philadelphia were accidentally struck without the expected mint mark, and that's what makes them incredibly rare. Alright, here's what to look for to see if you have the lucky penny. Step 1. Check for the date. It should say 1982. Step 2. Look closely for the mint mark. If it's missing, you might be onto something. But here's the big one, Step 3. You'll need to weigh your penny. Remember, it has to weigh exactly 3.11 grams. If it's lighter, around 2.5 grams, it's the zinc version, which unfortunately isn't as valuable. So, if you have a 1982 penny with no mint mark and a weight of 3.11 grams, you could be looking at a potentially life-changing discovery. Alright, so what's the value of this coin if you've got the right one? The 1982 no mint mark copper penny is incredibly rare. Because of this, collectors are willing to pay a premium for it, with prices that have been reported as high as $1.8 million at auction. Of course, the exact price you might get depends on the coin's condition, demand, and the buyer. So, it could range anywhere from a few $1,000s to potentially millions if the right buyer is interested. Now, if you think you have one of these rare pennies, you'll want to be sure it's authenticated. Reach out to a trusted coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC, to have the coin professionally verified. This will give you an official certification of its authenticity, which is essential when selling to serious collectors or at auction. Once authenticated, you can consider auction houses, online coin marketplaces, or even private collectors. Remember, an authentic 1982 no mint mark copper penny can be a major payday, so don't rush the process. So there you have it. One of the rarest, most fascinating pennies out there, the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln cent that could be worth up to $1.8 million. Imagine finding this kind of treasure just sitting in your pocket change or coin jar. We're diving into a jaw-dropping discovery, a 1983 Lincoln penny, without any mint mark, valued at a mind-blowing $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, what makes this ordinary-looking penny so extraordinary? Let's find out. In 1983, millions of pennies rolled out of the U.S. Mint, but this one special penny found its way into the history books. Most of the time, pennies from this year aren't worth much more than face value, unless you know what to look for. To understand why this 1983 penny without a mint mark has such a staggering price tag, we need to talk about two things: the metal composition and the minting process. During 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned from using copper to a copper-plated zinc blend for pennies to cut down on costs. The copper pennies were used to weigh 3.11 grams, while the zinc ones weigh just 2.5 grams. But here's where it gets interesting: a few pennies from 1983 were somehow minted using the old copper planchets, likely a leftover from 1982. So, a 1983 penny made of copper is a rare and valuable error coin. If you have a 1983 penny, you can check for this valuable error at home. Simply weigh it. If it's 2.5 grams, it's a typical zinc penny. But if it weighs around 3.11 grams, you could be holding one of the rarest error pennies out there. Now, here's where condition comes in. The 1983 copper penny that sold for $1.7 million was in nearly perfect condition. High-grade coins, especially rare ones like this, are worth more to collectors. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can certify its condition, adding even more value to your coin if it's in pristine shape. So, what should you do if you find a 1983 penny that feels a bit heavier? First, weigh it to confirm if it's 3.11 grams. If so, consider getting it graded. This could increase its value tremendously. And remember, it's essential to consult a professional or experienced coin dealer if you suspect you have a rare error coin. 1983 pennies without a mint mark are relatively common, but this one subtle error made one worth $1.7 million. It's an incredible reminder that sometimes, treasures can be hiding in plain sight. We've got an amazing find to discuss, a seemingly ordinary 1984 Lincoln penny that could be worth an eye-watering $1.6 million. That's right, a single penny from your pocket or piggy bank could hold immense value. So, let's jump in and find out what makes this coin so valuable and why collectors are hunting for it. The coin in question is the 1984 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. But what makes it stand out? Why could one of these coins be worth over $1 million? First, let's talk about that missing mint mark. Most 1984 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and won't have a mint mark. But just because it's missing doesn't make it rare. That's just part of the puzzle. The real reason collectors prize this penny lies in its errors. In 1984, a select few pennies were produced with what's called a double die error. What does this mean? Well, take a look at Lincoln's ear on this penny. It appears to have a double ear effect, as if there's a faint shadow ear right next to it. This is a rare doubling effect, created during the coin's initial striking process. Doubling can also sometimes appear in the date, the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." So why is this double-ear penny valued at such a high price? It comes down to a combination of rarity and demand. Only a limited number of these double-die errors were ever produced, making them incredibly rare. On top of that, collectors and auction houses love rare, pristine error coins, and they're willing to pay top dollar to own one. Another big factor is the coin's condition. Coins are graded on a scale, with mint state being the highest. A flawless, uncirculated 1984 double-ear penny, graded in the high mint state category, could bring in those massive bids, and one of these coins even reached that jaw-dropping $1.6 million price. So, you might be wondering, do I have one of these valuable pennies? Here's how you can check. First, grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's camera to zoom in on Lincoln's ear. If you see any doubling or shadowing near the ear, you may have the error penny. Then, look closely at the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Check for any doubling or unusual thickness on the letters. If you spot these details, it's worth getting the coin authenticated. Now, before you run off to the nearest auction house, remember, only a certified grading company can accurately assess and authenticate your coin's value. Companies like PCGS or NGC specialize in grading coins. They'll be able to confirm whether you truly have one of these rare error pennies. For coin collectors, finding a 1984 double-die Lincoln penny in mint condition is the holy grail. While not all 1984 pennies will have this error, every collector dreams of stumbling across one. And if you do, you could turn your pocket change into a life-changing fortune. So, next time you're digging through your coins, keep an eye out for that elusive 1984 double-ear Lincoln penny. You never know, that penny you've been overlooking could be worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future treasure hunting tips. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. We're diving into the surprising story of the 1985 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. This 1-cent coin could bring you a fortune, with certain versions valued at an incredible $1.4 million. Stay tuned, because you'll want to know exactly what to look for. In 1985, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which means they carry no mint mark. But not all 1985 pennies are created equal. This was a peak era for penny collecting, with collectors increasingly aware of error coins, low mintage coins, and special characteristics that could make coins valuable. However, a few rare versions of this penny have become the stuff of legend. Not only are they rare, but the unique minting issues and lack of the mint mark have collectors scouring their change. So what makes the 1985 Lincoln penny so valuable? It comes down to rarity, quality, and demand. These coins have been found in nearly perfect condition, or what collectors call mint state. One of these coins in near-perfect grade could sell for a massive price because it's incredibly rare to find a penny from that year without a single scratch or mark. Grading is key in determining the coin's value. For the 1985 Lincoln penny, coins in mint state 67 or higher are incredibly scarce. Higher grade coins are nearly flawless, giving them a pristine shine and fetching top dollar. But finding an MS-67 version of the 1985 no mint mark penny is no easy feat. Now, here's how you can identify if you have one of these rare pennies. First, look for sharp, clear lettering in the words Liberty and In God We Trust, and examine the date. The coin should have a strong strike without blurriness. The edges should also be well defined. Most importantly, look for any imperfections, scratches, or fading. Even a small scratch can bring down the value. Notice Lincoln's profile. On high-value coins, the details in his hair and coat are crisp and well-defined, showing quality in the strike. If all these details look intact, you might be holding onto something valuable. Believe it or not, this year, a 1985 no mint mark Lincoln penny sold for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. This record-breaking sale happened because of its flawless condition and demand among collectors. Rare coin auction houses, such as Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, have also reported sales of these pennies for hundreds of thousands of dollars, even if they didn't reach the $1 million mark. The better the condition and higher the grade, the more likely it will fetch a high price. Wondering if your penny might be worth grading? To get the official value, you'll need to submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll examine the coin closely to assign it a grade. It can cost a little, but if your penny is close to mint condition, it's worth every penny, pun intended. Even if it doesn't hit that $1 million mark, a high-grade 1985 penny could still be worth thousands. So, if you think you've struck gold, grading might be the next best step. And there you have it, the $1 million penny that could be hiding in your spare change. Check your 1985 pennies, and if you spot one in exceptional condition, you just might be holding on to a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible coin stories. We're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins to talk about a truly remarkable find, the 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny that's been making waves in the collector's market for its staggering value of $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right, a penny worth millions. So, how does a coin that typically spends its life in pockets and purses reach such a jaw-dropping value? Let's break down what makes this coin so unique and highly sought after. To start, let's talk about the basic details of this coin. This penny features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the front, which has been a classic design on the cent since 1909 when it was introduced to celebrate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The 1986 penny has no mint mark, meaning it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This is common for Philadelphia coins since they generally don't carry a mint mark. However, what makes this particular coin truly extraordinary is not just its lack of a mint mark but several unique characteristics and the rarity that sets it apart. One reason this coin holds such a high value lies in its condition. Collectors prize coins that are graded at the highest levels, especially when they're as old as the 1986 penny. Coins in perfect or near perfect condition, with minimal to no signs of wear, can sell for much more than their face value. The 1986 penny that's valued at $1.6 million is likely to have a top-tier grading, such as MS-68 or higher, indicating it's in almost pristine condition. Grading this high is extremely rare for coins that have been in circulation, which automatically drives up the value. Next, there's the rarity factor. While millions of pennies were minted in 1986, only a handful remain in such pristine condition. Most pennies end up getting scratched, damaged, or worn over time, so finding one in near-perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Rare coins are highly valued among collectors, and the rarer the coin in top condition, the more it can fetch in the market. Coins with no mint mark that are still in mint condition from this time period are particularly desirable because they stand out as exceptional examples from an ordinary year. Another factor that can affect a coin's worth is historical or error significance, though in this case, the value of the 1986 no mint mark penny is less about an error and more about its pristine state and the allure of a rare item. Even without a major minting error, the remarkable state of preservation and lack of damage make it a standout piece. This coin represents the incredible results of combining rarity, exceptional preservation, and high demand among collectors. Now, let's get into the potential returns. If you happen to come across a 1986 no mint mark penny, it's worth carefully evaluating its condition. Coins with a high-grade certification from respected graders like the PCGS or NGC can yield the highest market value. Certified coins add a level of credibility and assurance for buyers, showing that the penny has been professionally evaluated and meets high standards. A high-quality, certified 1986 penny can bring in offers from collectors who are willing to pay top dollar, and as we've seen, some collectors are even prepared to invest millions for the best of the best. We're talking about an extraordinary penny that could change your life if you're lucky enough to find one. It's the 1987 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and it's currently valued at an astonishing $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. This tiny coin could be worth more than a house, a luxury car, or even a small fortune. So what makes this particular penny so valuable? Let's dive into the fascinating details of this coin and why collectors are willing to pay so much for it. First off, let's go over a bit of background. The 1987 Lincoln penny was minted in huge quantities, but what makes some of these pennies stand out is the absence of a mint mark. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with AD and those from San Francisco with an S. But this isn't just any Philadelphia penny. It has a unique combination of qualities and errors that make it incredibly rare, sought after, and valuable. So, what is it that makes this penny worth so much? One of the main reasons is that it's not just an ordinary no mint mark penny. This coin has some very rare characteristics that have attracted attention from collectors worldwide. Some experts believe these pennies have specific errors or imperfections, like doubling on the obverse, which can occur when the coin is struck multiple times, resulting in a slight duplication of the design. In many cases, coins with these kinds of errors are highly valuable because they are considered unique, and this penny is no exception. Collectors also look at the condition, or grade, of the penny. The 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny that sold for $1.5 million was in near-perfect condition. This means it was likely preserved very carefully, without exposure to everyday wear and tear. Coins in high grades, like those graded as mint state, especially those above MS 65, are extremely rare and valuable. So if you have a 1987 no mint mark penny in pristine condition, it could potentially be worth a lot of money. Now, let's talk about how to spot one of these valuable coins. First, take a close look at the obverse side, which features Abraham Lincoln's profile. Inspect the details, especially around the date and the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Use a magnifying glass to check for any signs of doubling, especially on Lincoln's face or the lettering. Next, look at the reverse side, which has the image of the Lincoln Memorial. Any unusual features, doubling, or other signs of a minting error could make it worth a closer look. It's essential to keep in mind that while the 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny can be worth a lot, it's only coins in exceptional condition or those with unique errors that reach this kind of market value. There are plenty of 1987 pennies out there, but finding one with these unique characteristics is like finding a needle in a haystack. Still, it's worth checking your change or old penny collections, because you never know when one of these rare coins might show up. And here's another interesting fact. The market for rare coins has been growing steadily, and collectors are paying top dollar for rare finds. Coins like this 1987 no mint mark penny have become some of the most desirable in the world of numismatics. It's not only a piece of currency but a piece of history that collectors are willing to pay for. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and condition all add to its value. So, what should you do if you think you have a 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that could be worth something? First, get it appraised by a reputable coin dealer or send it to a grading service. They can tell you if your coin has the unique characteristics and condition that make it so valuable. Remember, handling the coin carefully is crucial, as any scratches or damage can reduce its value. In conclusion, the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those incredible finds that make collecting coins so exciting. Imagine discovering a penny worth $1.5 million, it's like hitting the jackpot. We're diving deep into a truly remarkable coin, the 1988 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny without a mint mark. This coin is not just your average penny, it holds a current market value of a staggering $1.5 million. So, let's explore why this penny is so sought after and what makes it a gem in the world of numismatics. The 1988 Lincoln penny is a part of the Lincoln Cent series, which was first issued in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features a profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what sets the 1988 penny apart is its unique lack of a mint mark. Mint marks indicate where a coin was produced, typically found on the reverse side. Most Lincoln pennies minted in 1988 have either the P for Philadelphia or D for Denver mint marks. However, the 1988 penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, where the coins are produced without a mint mark. This omission is what has led to its immense value in today's market. In numismatics, rarity and demand play crucial roles in determining a coin's value. The 1988 no mint mark penny is extremely rare, with only a limited number known to exist. The rarity arises not from its age but from a combination of factors, including the coin's design and the year it was minted. As collectors seek to complete their Lincoln penny sets, the no-mint mark variant has become increasingly desirable, driving up its value over the years. Now, let's talk numbers. The current market value of the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is approximately $1.5 million. This price is not arbitrary, it reflects the coin's rarity and the intense demand from collectors and investors alike. Recent auction results have shown that when one of these coins comes up for sale, it can fetch astronomical prices, sometimes exceeding the estimated value. The value of coins like this one is influenced by several factors, including their condition, grading, and provenance. A penny graded as mint state or proof will command a higher price than one in poor condition. Therefore, if you happen to come across one of these elusive coins, it is essential to have it graded by a professional service to ensure you know its true value. If you're a coin collector, here are a few tips to keep in mind. First, always be on the lookout for the 1988 penny without a mint mark when searching through your change. Even if it seems like a standard penny, it could potentially be a valuable find. Second, educate yourself about grading. Understanding how to assess a coin's condition can help you spot valuable coins more effectively. Third, network with other collectors and join online forums to stay updated on market trends and values. The coin community is vast, and sharing knowledge can lead to great finds. In summary, the 1988 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a prime example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold extraordinary value. Its rarity and the story behind it make it a prized possession for any serious collector. If you own one or happen to find one, you could be holding a piece worth $1.5 million. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on a remarkable treasure, the 1989 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny without a mint mark. This seemingly ordinary penny holds extraordinary value, currently estimated at an incredible $1.6 million. If you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about what makes this penny so special, stick around as we uncover its history, rarity, and market value. Let's start with some background. The 1989 Lincoln penny was minted during a time when the United States was celebrating the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. This particular penny features the iconic image of Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial. However, what sets this coin apart from the millions of others produced that year is the absence of a mint mark. In 1989, pennies were minted at two locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins from the Denver Mint typically bear a D mint mark, while those from Philadelphia do not feature any mint mark at all. Most collectors may overlook the unmarked coins, but this specific 1989 penny has become a rare find due to a unique production error. The 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny has become highly sought after primarily due to its rarity. It is believed that a limited number of these coins were struck without the mint mark, leading to a significant scarcity in the market. Unlike most years where the mint produces vast quantities of pennies, this particular coin stands out. Collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for rare coins, and this penny has attracted attention because of its unique status. While many Lincoln pennies from this era can be found in circulation, the unmarked version has almost vanished, making it a prized possession for those fortunate enough to own one. Now, let's discuss its current market value. The 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny is valued at approximately $1.6 million. This astonishing figure is driven by several factors: its rarity, the interest of collectors, and the ongoing demand for unique and historical coins. Market trends show that high-grade examples of this penny, particularly those graded by reputable services such as the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, command the highest prices. Coins in mint condition are exceptionally rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. If you think you might have one of these elusive coins, here are a few tips for identification. First, check the obverse for the date and ensure there's no mint mark. Look closely for signs of wear, as coins in better condition will be worth significantly more. If you have a coin that looks new or only slightly worn, consider having it graded by a professional. Additionally, examine the details on the coin carefully. The sharpness of Lincoln's features and the clarity of the memorial on the reverse can provide clues about its grade. In conclusion, the 1989 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny without a mint mark is a remarkable coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. With its current market value soaring to $1.6 million, it represents a fantastic opportunity for both seasoned collectors and newcomers to the hobby.